Hi and welcome. I'm trying to learn particle physics. Today the standard model. And after that we're going to do a bit standard yoga. And if you participate in the standard yoga, that is at your own risk. The existence of W and Z bosons was confirmed in 1983 by researchers working on the superproton synchroproton accelerator at CERN, the European Particle Physics Research Center near Genua, Switzerland. Let's read the part before it. Just as in the 30s, when Paul Dirac's merging of special relativity with electromagnetism predicted the existence of antimatter, this theory presaged particles that had never been seen. So in the 1930s, someone did, Paul Dirac, fuse or combined electromagnetism with special relativity, and that predicted the existence of antimatter. Now, here was written at the beginning, I just noticed that. Where are the fermions, the particles that make up matter? Fermions are the things which are the matter. And now by merging special relativity and electromagnetism in the 1930s, that Paul Dirac predicted the existence of antimatter. The massive W and Z bosons to transmit today's separate short-range weak force and the Higgs boson. So this theory, the theory of antimatter, I think it's meant here, presaged, I don't know what the word means, particles that had never been seen. And these particles which were presaged through the existence of antimatter, which was predicted through the merging of electromagnetism and special relativity, presaged the massive W and the Z boson and the Higgs boson. And they are to transmit today's separate short-range weak force. Separated short-range weak force. We were talking here about the way forward taken during the 60s by Weinberg and others was to mesh it up with electromagnetism into a unified electroweak force. We're talking about a weak force, and they are having an electroweak force. And the whole thing is about trying to make something to weak nuclear force. So to make a weak nuclear force, it was meshed together with electromagnetism, creating electroweak force. And the W and Z boson are transmitting the now separated weak force. And the Higgs boson, which is transmitting the weak force, was needed to ensure that during the breakdown of a unified electroweak force, the W and Z particles acquire mass. They are transmitting the separate short weak force, and the Higgs boson makes sure that the W and Z particles acquire mass. It somehow seems to be related, all these things. And confining the weak force to atomic distances. I don't really know what the word confining means. The weak force to atomic distances. So the force is just in atomic distances, very small. While the photons of electromagnetism didn't, allowing them to zip across the universe. What is it? Okay, the Higgs boson, transmitting the electroweak force. Transmitting the electroweak force just the weak force, when it was broken down again in the electroweak force, that the W and Z particles have more mass, and that is just on a atomic distance. So the Higgs boson is just working in a very small area between the W and Z boson to make sure that we have acquired mass during the time when we had combined special relativity and electromagnetism. But the photons during the electromagnetism, which are repelling the electrons and thereby changing the properties of them, that can happen over longer distances, and they can zip across the universe. Can we go from fermion to fermion? I explained the fermions as little cells, and between them, who was it? There are also a handful of bosons, like the photons, that transmit natural fundamental forces between the fermions. That is it. Well, the photons of electromagnetism didn't allow him to split across the universe. So these photons are not just inside of one of these fermion cells, as I described them. I don't know what they are. And going through the electrons back and forth. These photons are the one which are transmitting the electron whatever force. Transmitting. Okay, where that was. Where was it? Transmitting fundamental forces between fermions. Okay, whatever. These photons, which are transmitting the electromagnetism, which comes out of nowhere, that was here written. The electromagnetic field. The photons are transmitting the electromagnetic field, and they're repelling through the electrons, and not just inside of one fermion, with the 6 electrons, the W and Z boson, the Higgs boson, but they're doing that from one fermion to the other one. So we can actually zip across the whole universe. And that makes sense. If photons are light, the light can go through the whole universe. And now the photons are going through all these fermions and changing the properties of the electrons in all these fermions. Whereas by the nuclear weak force, the Higgs boson is doing that work, but the Higgs boson can only in atomic distances do that thing. And not like the photon go through the whole universe. And by telling that this is how the universe is, the matter existing out of it. So our whole universe exists out of fermions, in which photons are going through, and whenever they're passing through the electrons, they are changing the properties. And there's another force going through it, so the electromagnetic field goes through all of them, the photon, and changes in thousands, billions, whatever. Whereas the other force, the nuclear weak force, just does that inside of one fermion. And everything that exists, or that doesn't exist as antimatter, does that. Whatever we just want to, whatever track we just know, whatever street we are driving on right now, we are going to stop here. We're not going to look onto the map where we are driven. We're just going to end here and going to do the stand you. If you're here for looking onto the map and look where we actually landed up, when you can go directly to the next video, we will do now the stand you. If you participate in the stand you, it is at your risk. We're having a feet stand together. And we're doing vegan swings, so breathing in and lifting the arms up. And breathe out, lift the arms again down. Again, in the arms up. Out the arms up. And in the arms up. And out and out the arms to the side. Breathe in and lift the arms up. And out open to the other side. Breathe in and lift the arms up. Make an inch space between the toes and open again to one side. Breathe in and lift the arms up. And out we go down into a half chair. Breathe in, come up. And out open the arms again to one side. Again in up. And out and down into a half chair. Breathe in, come up. And again, similar, open to the side. Again in. And out the arms over the sides, down, we're sitting down into a full chair. Breathe in, come halfway up. Higher up. And out. Coming up. Breathe again in. And out, open to the side. Breathe in, lift the arms up. And out the arms over the sides, down to the chair. Breathe in, come halfway up. Come higher up. And out and up again. Breathe in and reach high. And out, lean back and open chest to the sky, the crab in the morning. Breathe in and reach high. Out, cross the arms and intertwine the fingers, reach high. And out, stretch in front, hold over back, the trail. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Out the arms down, open chest to the sky, the crab in the morning. Breathe in, over, cross the arms, intertwine the fingers, reach high. And out, stretch in front, and hold on the back. Breathe in, lift the arms up, and come up to the toes. And breathe out, for sinking down into the chair, on the toes. Breathe in again, up. And out again, down. One more round, breathe in and come up. Out and down. Breathe in and come up. And the down diving dolphin. The arms over sides down, feet together, closed, heels down, down, and breath down. We're doing the moment. Breathe in and bend the right leg. And breathe out and bend and stretch the left leg. Breathe in and change. And breathe out, stretch on your right leg. Breathe in and change. And out and stretch the left leg. Breathe in and change. And out and stretch the right leg. Breathe in, both legs straight. Out, just to the middle. Doing the penguin. Breathe in and lift the right arm up to the sky. Bend the left knee and look up the right shoulder to the right hand. Breathe again in, the hand down. And out and down. Breathe in, open the left arm to the sky. And breathe out, bend the right knee and look over the left shoulder to the left hand. Breathe in, arm again down. And out, both legs straight. We're doing the pelican. Make a hand with space between the feet. Shift the weight to the heels. And breathe in and go down. And out again up. Again in and down. And out and up. Again in and down. And out and up. We're doing the Japanese counterweight. Take hold of the elbows and gently swing from side to side. Both hands down, close the feet again. Breathe in, come halfway up with a straight back into monkey half lift. And out again, down. Breathe in, come halfway up. And out and down. Now breathe in, we're doing the updiving swan, arms over sides down. Up. And out, bring them down. We're doing a little exercise in the middle. Take one arm back. Take the arm to the side. Pull a bit in. Have a straight gaze forward. Bring the head to the side. And your chin down to the clavicle. You can pull the shoulder a bit down and back. Look again up and into the middle. Now we're changing the arm around again. And looking over to the side. And bring your chin to the clavicle. And pull the arm a little bit down. Look again up, right into the middle, release. And we're ending with eagle swings. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Out the arms again down. Breathe in the arms up. And out the arms down. Breathe in the arms up. Bring the hands to touch. And breathe out, lower the hands slowly down to heart center. That was for standing over. I thank you very much and next time.